Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to Endless Legend. Man, how happy I am that I'm actually able to record this. I was so certain I will not be able to do so. For those of you that were not following me during the past few hours, unfortunately there was, as you can probably tell by the mouse cursor which has been implemented, an update to the closed alpha version of Endless Legend, which worked well for every playtester ever, except for me. I discovered a game-breaking bug, which I guess is good because it means you will not have to experience it, but it did force me to not be able to play this game for a long time. And honestly, I was certain that I'm going to lose my save files as well. Thankfully, that was not the case. And the issue is kinda-ish resolved. I mean kinda-ish. It's still there, but there's a very easy to implement workaround. So don't worry about that. The issue pretty much for all means and purposes is not there. So I'm really happy I can continue, but because I wasn't able to record for the past few hours and upload for the past few hours, this particular videocast is going to be a bit shorter because I need to get it online ASAP so that you guys can watch it. Then the next video after that will obviously be a little bit longer. Now, as you can see, I reloaded the save file and apparently, I don't know, maybe the save files got altered a little bit or the game just saved in a weird way. Either way, I'm no longer sieged and my units are still perfectly fine over here. Why? I don't know, but considering the fact that I thought I'm going to have to cancel my mini-series, I'm really not going to complain at all. So, I know that there are quite a few Necrophages over here and that's probably them that are giving me this marker. So I am going to move my army backwards a little bit, although what I could do instead is just buy out a bunch of units to protect my city, which is what I think I'm going to do. So I will need a ranger, I will have a dredger next turn as well, so this will be 2 dredgers and 3 rangers. No, that's a settler. Right, I need to save the settler above all. Settler, you just effing run. I don't want to see you here, just be gone. I don't want you here. I mean, I want you here, but I don't want you to be in a bad shape. Alright, there's an enemy unit nearby, but it should be fine. If it comes anywhere close to me, then I'll guess I'll send reinforcements to save my settler, or I will just run. However, what I can do is something you've been waiting for, and that is attacking a city. So there are the voters. They do not expect my assault, and rightfully so. I just realized I don't have the influence to declare war on them, which is a little bit hilarious. So, declaration of... Why are all those things selected? Maybe that's because of the bug. Either way, yeah, I do want to declare war, and actually I have enough influence to do so, so that's good. I thought I am unable to do that. But either way, I will not get to that city in time, so let's just continue scouting around. They had Mineral Ridge, which is an anomaly that you've seen in Endless Space as well, and that's a really interesting shape that they've got going on in terms of a city. Huh, interesting. Anyway, let's keep scouting. I should see the main area of the city soon. Yeah, there we go, there it is. This is the main hall of the Water City. Look, what a nice looking city with a waterfall and whatnot. Too bad the voters don't care about waterfalls, they only care about caves, snow, caves, darkness, frozen food, snow, caves, you know, this kind of things. And also being Vikings in space, because hey, why not? Anyway, I think I'll be able to take this city. I can tell you in secret, I don't know why I will tell you that in secret, but whatever, that after looking at the score when I finished recording last time, I noticed that those warriors I'm about to attack, they have no army whatsoever. They have the smallest army out of all players on this entire map. I guess that somebody attacked them, and that while they apparently were able to repel the invaders, they also lost more of their armies. So I should be able to take this city outright without sieging it, just by assaulting it, which is what I'll do exactly. Meanwhile, Capital is continuing its work on storehouses, which is good. I will need extra source of food. I'm tempted to send those rangers east in order to reinforce my other city, which is what I'll actually do, because I do not trust those Necrophages. As you've seen already, Necrophages are very scary and quite powerful. Now, unless AI is cheating, they should not know that I have got a scout over here, I mean a settler over here, so this settler should be fine. If they do find out about him, then the settler is dead, but he would be dead anyway if he was left in a city that was assaulted. So I'm fine with whatever is happening. And look! Winter started right now. It's okay though, so let's have a quick... I was so sad it is going to be my settler that's going to die, but no, thankfully not. Looks like the Necrophages didn't move at all. Maybe those are not Necrophages, huh? Anyway, winter has started, as you've probably noticed. The second winter is basically just the same as the first one, so nothing new is happening except that I need to take... Actually, I think I can assault the city right now. I'm not sure if you can assault the city when you're out of movement points. Yeah, you can, you just need to be adjacent to it. So assault the city. Wait, what? Right, let's start sieging it. Oh right, I didn't declare war first. Oops, my mistake. So let's make an offer of declaring war. That's nice. And now I should be able to assault the city. Yes, maybe. Okay, let's besiege it first. Interesting. I was able to assault cities before. Maybe they changed something. Keep in mind, I am playing on a brand new patch. Or maybe... Of course, this could have been changed in a later patch as well. I mean, older patch. But I would have noticed this, I'm pretty sure, because I have been sieging quite a lot of cities. Either way, I cannot besiege the city right now. I mean, I cannot assault the city right now to take it outright, so I guess I'll just besiege it and take it whenever I can. Maybe it's because I have no more movement points, which is entirely possible. Okay, it is fairly, in fact, very risky to just sneak around with my cellar and try to get to Tuldrai. I'm not sure if I should attempt to do so, in fact. But maybe if I creep around very, very carefully, I will be okay. Keep in mind, the enemy during winter will move very slowly, and I have the part of sensing when the enemy is nearby, so I should be able to kite them effectively. Meanwhile, this army is actually fairly nice. I'm tempted to just go at the Necrophages and attack them outright, but this may not be the best of ideas. Also, I'm now happy, yay! Yeah, this bug has been fixed, as you can see, in this very patch. So now when I'm happy, I actually am happy and I'm getting bonuses out of that. I'm curious if I'm also happy. No, never mind, it hasn't been fixed yet. Either that, or it may appear that the bug has not been fixed, but it actually has. Keep in mind we're playing on a save file that was made in previous version of the game. And as you know from any game ever, when you try to play a game from an older patch in a new patch, sometimes there are some weird issues that happen, and that's perfectly fine, especially considering that again, this game is only alpha. Anyways, and the 10, and something I should be working on is actually speaking more slowly and more fluently as well. Interesting. I could swear that this faction quest was supposed to end. It is the most recent autosave that I'm playing right now. Huh, it's almost like everything reset to a certain degree, except that it didn't. Well, again, keep in mind, I did just install an update, and again, I thought I'm going to lose the series. So, in the grand scheme of things, I think it's absolutely fine. So, I can actually garrison a nearby city. This would be hilarious if it deleted my units. You know what? For the sake of the experimentation, let's try it. No, this button is not supposed to be there. Alright, so I'll just continue sieging the city and waiting for the siege to do something. Now, those guys are actually fairly annoying. They can't catch up to me, but they can't catch up to me. That's the problem. I mean, those are quest units. They are most likely going to stay within bounds of my region, because they are supposed to stay in the region and be annoying to me so that I have difficulties for completing my quests. And that's the idea of those units. So hopefully maybe they will attack my army instead of attacking my cellars. I've got hiccups for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe they'll go away. So anyway, meanwhile, my city, what do I need to do? Oh, I actually have access to 10 walkers, which is something we have all been waiting for, I have no doubts, for a long time. So those guys, this screen doesn't reflect how ginormously gigantic, which is not a word, they are, but they are really big, trust me on that. If you compare them to other units, then the other units are like this tall or something. So yeah, those guys can smash anything they want to. And since they cost a lot anyway, and they are supposed to withstand a lot of punishment, I'm going to upgrade them with the very best equipment I can get. So all of the steel armor obviously is going to go in. I do not care about losing initiative, those guys are not supposed to have high initiative anyway. In terms of accessory, let's think. Improved critical, that's extra critical chance. This is kind of fairly obvious, extra defense and extra initiative, which actually would be decent, I'm thinking about this option. Confidence. Ooh, I don't remember what confidence does. Oh, give me a second. I think... No, I don't remember. I honestly do not. I'm sorry. I'll have to look it up later because I completely forgot what confidence does. Sharp sense, however, that is... Right, that is against enemy archers. The enemy doesn't use archers, at least not the kind of enemies I'm fighting right now. So that would be utterly useless for me, to me. So I think that glass steel ring is what I need right now. So this is going to increase my defense in initiative by a lot, which is just going to make this guy purely awesome. As for weapons, I don't have tier 2 weapons that are made of special alloys, but let's have a quick look. Steel axe, that is two-handed, is going to give me a total of 15 damage and cost me a bit of what's it called, initiative. Meanwhile, the claws are going to give me 9 damage and a lot of critical. I'm the kind of player that doesn't trust critical, but it is 9 critical. 9 is actually a lot, and those guys, as you can see, have a lot of base critical by themselves. 13, in case you're unaware, is a lot. I'll show you the comparison to other different unit in a second. So I'm tempted to go for claws, but let's have a quick look at special weapons. So that's tier 1, that's extra 7 damage, not a lot, honestly. This thing is extra, that's extra 11, and for extra initiative. So that's more or less on the level of the battle axe, but I was thinking about going for claws, and the claws are better in this scenario. What about you, dear sir? You give me extra 9 and extra 4 critical chance. So that's more damage, but slightly less critical. I'm tempted to go for the battle axe right now. As for those things, so that's extra 5 damage and extra 9 critical. Meanwhile, this thing is extra 9 critical and extra 9 damage. Let's have a quick look at how they look. Alright, so the axe has been implanted and it looks kinda puny. Meanwhile, there is no image for the claws just yet. The artists are not done modeling it and whatnot. So let's just go for the claws because they are better, and also this axe, I mean, look at it. It doesn't fit this unit at all. Obviously, it's something that we'll probably see, most likely see improved later down the line, but right now, that's not the case. So I'm just going to go for the claws. Anyway, since I did that, I'll more than happily go for 10 walkers, since they will be the backbone of my army, or rather the front bone, if you know what I mean. I don't, honestly, but whatever. Anyway, move it to the top of the queue in my home city, and I'm almost done. What army? Alright, this army. Yeah, the army, you cannot attack anything, so it's not like you can do something that is useful. Yeah. So let's just end the 10. Alright, science. I forgot about this little thing. So what do I want to go for next, science-wise? Watchtowers are fairly useless for Wild Walkers because of their ability to sense enemy units. They do give you extra regeneration, which might be useful, but considering other tech that I could get, I'm not too excited about that. I could go for some extra armor. Armor is the only thing I do not have in terms of armor, in terms of equipment using special alloys, so I think I'm going to go for that. Additionally, some of this armor is actually fairly nice. For example, glass steel armor I can equip on my rangers, and this will actually increase the initiative rather than decrease it, which is perfect. But keep in mind, if I do so, then each ranger will cost me a ton of glass steel, so I may not want to do that. Either way, it's nice to have the alternatives, so I'm going to go for all chemical armor. Next, I think I'm gonna go for rivers, but let's have a quick look at the region I want to colonize. Does it have any rivers? That's not a river, is it? It actually is a river. A very small one, but it counts. Yeah, I can see it right there. This is where it starts, this is where it ends. There are some anomalies nearby as well. Yeah, I think going for food from rivers is a fairly good idea. As much as I would like to get extra... Actually, you know what? 30% extra industry in our city is incredible. But I want population, I want everything, honestly. Okay. And then the world get back. The bubble smash market deals those cosmetics in or packs. Okay, this one is fast. So that was actually a kindergarten thing that children in Poland say when they are trying to pick one thing out of the 2 or more things. So that's a little bit of a story to it. In case you were wondering what I was saying. It wasn't in English, trust me, it wasn't. Anyway, as you can see, there's also now the new weight cursor thingy. And those guys actually took the bait and attacked me. That's very nice. And I'll also gain reinforcements. No, I don't want settlers to be my reinforcements! Game! It's nice that you think about this, but I really do not think I need sellers to help me in this battle. I really do not. Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, obviously I will go for manual. Let's see how I'm going to deploy. Now, obviously I do not want to deploy... I hope that my sellers will not deploy behind enemy lines, because this would be the worst. Anyway, sadly I don't have the 10 walkers just yet, but that's nothing that cannot be fixed. Where do I want to position my units? That's a fairly good question. I cannot settle on this hill, unfortunately. But I can go on this hill, and I can go over here as well. Those guys will have to be protected from the side, however. So I can do that with this Dever Squadron. Now this one is going to be severely damaged by the enemies attacking from the high ground if those settlers go over here and attack me. But I think they can tank it. They are fairly beefy guys. Then again, the boss are really good at destroying infantry. And they have no penalties during winter at all. So that's a little bit of a problem. But we'll see how this formation works out. And that's my settlers. Dear settlers, you please go away. Meanwhile, what other units did I get? I got another unit of rangers. And yeah, unfortunately, as you can see, those arrows indicate that they are being debuffed right now. They are debuffed because it is winter time. And wait, no, that's not it. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's something that was implemented in this patch that we're testing right now. And that's the fact that when you are on low or high ground, it's a different graphics. The graphic display that you see. So this arrow indicates that I'm on high ground compared to the target I'm trying to attack. Those guys are on low ground compared to the target they're aiming for, so that's the arrows down. Very nice touch, I like it. Anyway, you are not going to stay here because you'll be immediately snapped by those guys. So instead, I'm going to send those guys over to this hill. They will not be able to attack, but I'm fine with that. I want to move them back if at all possible. All other units are going to hold their ground and not move at all, because this would be a pretty bad idea. As for rangers, I want to focus fire on those guys, but then again, their turn is fairly quick. Yeah, let's focus fire on those guys, if at all possible. Because I worry about the damage I can deal to those devers when those guys are on the high ground. So let's see what happens. Let's launch the battle. Now the first volley should not be... Yeah, it was fairly weak, mostly because the enemy was on such a high ground. But now the enemy is not any longer on a high ground, and I should be able to... Oh no, I'm out of range! My units will walk forward! No, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Yeah, I think I underestimated the centaurs a little bit. They're going to deal some very, very high amount of damage to me. Especially since those rangers, are they going to attack? Oh yes, they are smart, they are going to attack by themselves. That's very nice. Thank you, game, for being smart. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, they were actually able to do a nice amount of damage as well. Yeah, as I said, high ground and low ground are very important. You can see, I'm doing sand damage at 10 to those guys on high ground, but I was able to deal a lot more damage to those guys on lower ground. So that's the importance of high ground and low ground. And this is one of the coolest features of Endless Legend. I mean, what other 4X can you think of that has high ground and low ground? I think there was one other 4X that also did the same thing, but I can't remember what it was right now. It feels like there was another. Anyway, looks like I got additional reinforcements. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to command them, so that's a little bit of a problem. But I think it's fine. They will not be killed by this weakened army of cavalry. And now it's again the time for me to change my targeting. In case you're wondering, the battle has changed. The battle planning phase has changed a little bit, since now you can change your orders every 2 battle turns instead of every 3. So that's a very big change, and it gives you more control of the battle. It makes them slightly longer, but well, I think it's for the best-ish, kinda. Anyway, everybody just attack what they can. This guy should be dead no matter what. Yeah, and all the devers are ready to attack whatever they want. Alright. I think the enemy is dead. So the battle actually went alright, mostly because of the reinforcements I was given and the fact that those reinforcements were targeting units on the low ground instead of units on the high ground, like I told them to before, because I was a dummy. Anyway, the last remaining opponent is dead, and I can actually in this videocast. I know, it's only 20 minutes long, and we haven't seen much action going on. However, as I said, because of the issues I had before, I wasn't able to record at all. And I know that you want to see this videocast ASAP, so I think it's for the best if I just upload it right now. I really do. Anyway, let's move those walkers more or less in the direction of where I'm going to settle my new city. And ooh, this is ugly. Something is in the way of my sellers. Okay, I'll continue moving this in this general direction, more or less. And I actually discovered some ruins because I haven't been here before. But I'm really worried. If this icon moves forward, then I'll most likely move backwards. Anyway, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Power. And you know the deal. I will not say the entire outro because I don't have the time for it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you online. Stay tuned for another video.